Hello, all you hardcore boxing fans out there. How are you doing? Well, it's Russ here from Poker's Corner, the biggest gob in sport. Thanks for liking and subscribing and leaving a comment. Cameron, can't you send me a better picture than that one? It's got John Fury there when he got charged, taking a man's eye out. He's got a sweater on that says H-O-N-K, H-U-N-K on it. That spells hunk. So please come to arrest Big John Fury, big fighting man. He jumps out of bed in the morning and puts a sweater on that says hunk on it. You could not make that up, could you? Pop, pop, bang on that one. Anybody who wants to know the rest of that story, the hunk story, go on to my most viewed video on YouTube. Just press home and then it'll tell you. Go have a look at the most popular video. Just sit back and enjoy. It's about 20 minutes long. All right. Now, speaking of Big John Fury, we thought he'd been silenced. He's only popped up at Stoke Mandeville Hospital. And is offering £200,000 in cash for all new cancer equipment. Now, I think that's fantastic. And I want to give a big round of applause to Big John Fury about that. We're not saying that KSI told you to F off and you're not getting a penny. We're not saying that. But just imagine if you turned up with that money and give it to that hospital, old KSI. That'd be well done on your part, that, John. Well done. You're a man amongst men. Hey, giving up your time for charities. That's brilliant. That is absolutely brilliant. So the next time you kick off at the next show, do we have the same thing? Because this is just repeat and fade away, repeat, fade away, repeat, fade away, keep repeating. It's getting boring now. I mean, I even heard the other day that the 200 kilo deadlift with your Corey, that's gone up to 200 kilo plus collars on each side. John's getting stronger. I call that progress. So does that mean the 140 kilo bench press cold before a pan of stew on the hot fire just to warm up? Does that mean you're going to increase that now to 145 kilo John with collars on? I guess safety is paramount, isn't it? You know that film Braveheart, you know that leper loft? I'm him. 10 kilometre running a day, 60 minutes skipping, 25 minutes of time on bag, 10 sessions on bag, weight training, eating correctly, pop, pop, bang. I'm a machine. There's certainly something. You're not a hunk, I know that. Page 7 hunking, Daily Star, do you remember them? Hey? Oh, Big John won't even get his top off. Stood next to Mickey Theo. You were embarrassed, weren't you, John? Hunk of the month. Now they keep going on about this February for Usyk. We want to see it, don't we? All we want is an undisputed heavyweight champion for one night. For one night only. But it just looks to me like it's getting further and further and further away. They can talk all they want about Saudi, yeah? They've got all their heavyweight fights on that they're saying next month, aren't they? Parker, Wilder, Joshua Wallin, Dubois, Jarrell Miller. I'll believe it when I see it. That's right, I believe it when I see it with this lot. But if all that lot are on next month, that's brilliant. But Joshua and Wilder, you know, being on the same card, what do I think about that? Well, for nearly 7 years now, all we've heard about is AJ and Wilder, Wilder and AJ. Listen, and then we've got Coogan here and Eddie Hearn and the Gad running around last few days saying They're going to be fighting on the same night. They're going to be fighting on the same night. Joshua and Wilder are going to be fighting on the same night, running around like headless chickens. Yeah, they're going to fight on the same night in the same country in the same arena, but they're not fighting each other, are they? How much longer do you need to build this up? How much longer do we need to build this up? It's utter pony, this. It's rubbish. Utter rubbish. They've not got a belt between them. None of them on that show have got a belt. There's no belts. There's no Fury, no Usyk, so there's no belts. So what's point? To give everybody some action. Well, I can see that, but there's no belts online, is there? That's the bottom line. The belts have got to be on the line in Feb. But we're now at a situation now where if Tyson Fury gets injured now between now and fighting in Feb, and it's a genuine injury, nobody's going to believe him anyway, are they? They're going to say, oh, you're faking. What if he does get injured, though? Then what? What happens? What does happen? Hey? The boy who cried wolf. I don't believe anything I'm told, especially for these lot in February. I don't believe it. As regards these lot in December, well, it's Eddie, innit? With begging bowl out. Eddie willing to go work with that lot. Hey? You groveler. I'm proud of you, Eddie. Swallowing. Because you've been doing it all your life. Eddie's going to be working with them lot. It's going to kill him. But in Eddie's tiny mind, it's actually a smart move because he can go over there, they can show class with Joshua, they can win their fight against Wallin, do it in style, take the check, go home, keep their mouth shut, and hope the phone rings again. Because if Joshua gets to fight on the Fury Usyk undercard in February, and Fury does pull out, and the Usyk Fury fight's lost in Feb, well, whoever Joshua's fighting, they just step up and bit main card, and that's their foot in the door. So, if I were Frank Warren, really, I wouldn't have thrown them a bone, really. But the end game's got to be Fury Joshua, hasn't it, when all's said and done. So maybe Warren and Hearn are softening a little bit now that they're seeing the light. It's amazing, isn't it? They could put us through all this for the last 13 years, but as soon as they see the light at end of the tunnel, there's a few quid in it for them. Ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. All of a sudden, they want to start doing a reach around, don't they? That's what they're good at, isn't it? Sure, Steffi Ball taught them how to do it. So that's how I look at it. Anyway, I don't know. What do you think, the boxing fans? You think they're treating us with contempt or what? What are they doing here? What are they giving us? What are they giving us? We had that at weekend, didn't we? That Roman Fury carry on. What were all that about? Hey, Roman Fury, he's got a long way to go yet. He's only a babby, isn't he? He's a novice. So we can't really comment on him yet. But there wasn't really much else happening, was there? But it is what it is. What I want to know about is this. If you're a Fury or a Ben or a Eubank now, when you're taking up boxing, do you get a free run? If you're connected to a famous boxing family, do you get a free run all the way through? I just want to know. I want to know when somebody's going to actually have a fight with somebody who can fight. Tyson Fury's had 35 fights, but only 4 of them were tests, really, weren't they? Really. So, I look at it. I want to know when we're going to see somebody in a proper fight. Proper roadmen killers coming to UK to fight. When we're going to get that? Some roadmen. When we're going to get a Lucian Butte coming over here? Roadmen, pound for pound killers. When? We're not going to get that, are we? No, wants to fight guys like that over here, do they? No. We don't want that. We don't want to do that, do we? Don't happen. That's what I want to know. When we're going to see some proper fights between these elite guys, I've just read you out nearly 45 world champions going back 25 years. There's only 5 of them, 5 that have got 10 wins or above in world championship fights. So 5 world champions going back about, I think it's a 30 odd year, in fact, if you look. So, well, what are we producing as boxers? I've read we get people to a world title and they're then going to lose the world title within 3 or 4 fights. Is that what we're up against now? Is that hunger good? Someone's to get a few quid, or have we got any boxers that have got longevity? I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what happens moving forward. It's a bit like that guy over there who were going on in the comments section. Yeah, boxing's a piece of this, it's a piece of that. You were all right, mate. Fights are easy to make when people sign. You don't need any fancy titles in boxing like CEO of Matchroom or Rising Star of Matchroom or Head of Boxing or whatever. Listen, if Fighter A says he wants to fight Fighter B in a promoter's office, the promoter pulls a sheet of paper out from his drawer and he says, just sign there, and to other ones, sign there, and then we'll filter rest in later. That's it. Just tick in the box and sign. You don't need no qualifications to work in boxing. It's not some job that you'll study and get certificates, city and guilds. All you have to be is honest. But what we've got are people that are dishonest people, because you're dealing with money. That's all. But you don't need to be no great shakes to get a job in boxing. Anybody out there who's holding a job down, doing more or less anything in life, can just work in boxing industry if you want. You just have to be affiliated with a promoter, get your foot in the door, and then jobs are good and it's a piece of cake. But listen, anybody out there that wants to take it up, go get a laminate, because you don't need any brains to work in boxing industry. All you need to do is lie, tell lies, and keep lying. That's true, isn't it? That's true. I've seen it from day one. I was looking at this kid on bag. Well, he ain't going to be much cop tonight. He'll get beaten and warming up and that. And I seen somebody talking to him, and the kid didn't have much confidence. It was his second fight. And saying, "Don't worry, you're a late bloomer." So even if you can't fight, they'll tell you you're a late bloomer. And if you can fight, they'll tell you you're at your peak. There's an answer for everything in boxing. It's like politics. So anybody who wants to be a boxing manager, go and apply. We'll apply for any position. Bellman the lot. It's a free for all now. They let anybody in, you know. Anybody in. All you have to do is lie and be dishonest. And then you end up like Captain Chaos here, don't you? Going around battering people, 5'4", 10 stone, wet through. Yeah, poking them in the eyes and that, like you do. Hunk of the month. One piece out. Keep on trucking. Keep sporting boxing. Don't have nightmares. And that includes you, Fat Shane. Pop, pop, bang.